Good morning. How are you doing? I don't know what that silly little laugh was then. Oh God, it's for those of you who have got young children or have had young children at school, why is it like the last few weeks of term are just so chaotic? They seem to do less work at school, but loads more activities like discos and stuff like that. There is always something to remember in a morning, and my head is just fried. Fortunately, I think most schools like ours have WhatsApp groups now, so we're very reliant on each other remembering things. Every so often I keep getting a WhatsApp message saying, don't forget to bring this, don't forget to bring that. But it's been one of those mornings and I've been running around like a headless chicken. Obviously I'm vlogging today. I hope you're not going to be too disappointed. I'm not taking you out on a trip or anything. Sorry. But I've got loads to do at home and I'm feeling a bit rubbish. I've had a bit of, it's not bad news, but it's a bit rubbish news. You might have heard me mention that I've been told recently to go gluten-free from the doctors. Now, I started having some tests for celiac disease at the back end of last year, just based on the fact that some of my family members have recently been diagnosed. I don't have any symptoms whatsoever, so not for 1 second did I think that I was going to be a celiac. Anyway, the blood test that I had right at the beginning came back as positive, so then I had to have a gastroscopy. I had a letter 3 weeks ago saying to me that although my blood test had come back positive, my gastroscopy was negative, and you are not celiac. We hope you, in fact, the exact words were, we hope you take comfort in the fact that you are not celiac. However, we do recommend that you continue with a gluten-free diet just because it's going to help with any symptoms that you do have. So I thought, oh, yay. Anyway, I still made the decision to go gluten-free because I do just think in general it's a healthier way of life and stuff. But yesterday I had a phone call from my consultant who informed me that actually I am celiac. So I was given a negative in one hand and then taken away with the other. So it was a bit out of the blue and a bit of a shock, because it's one thing just kind of avoiding gluten in your diet. It's another one going completely gluten-free, because you have to start thinking about things like cross-contamination. Now I am contending with the fact that I have to cook everything separately from the rest of the family. Bless my mum. So I told her yesterday, and she rang me back in an hour. She says, we're going gluten-free. We're going to do it for you. We're going to have a completely gluten-free caravan. She's not told my brother yet, so I think he'll be a bit annoyed that he doesn't get his bacon baps when he goes. Well, he can do, just not on the same bread. But how lovely is that my parents are prepared to completely change their lifestyle just to support me? It's, you know, they're absolutely amazing. But yeah, so I've got to now completely change habits of 40 odd years of eating and cooking, and yeah, it's a little bit daunting to say the least. I need to get an air fryer, I think. I've been humming and hawing about it for quite a while. Everybody says how amazing they are, and I do fancy one, but now I just think if I get an air fryer and I cook all my meals in that is going to resolve the problem of cross-contamination. But I have not had a biscuit for 3 weeks since I did start going gluten-free, and you know, it's torture to me because I snack on biscuits. It is the one thing that I absolutely adore biscuits. In fact, let me just grab this. One of my aunties who was diagnosed celiac, and it basically was the reason why I went and got tested, she cooked a Christmas dinner for myself and her sisters, one of whom is my mum. And it was all completely gluten-free, and she used this book, Becky Excel. So if anybody does do gluten-free, this woman is amazing. Now, I kind of put it to one side because I still had to eat normally while I was having my tests. But I got it out last night and just started having a look through. And there's a recipe for shortbread. And I'm just like, oh gosh, I could just eat some shortbread. I'm going to make some of that. Whether or not I do it on here, I'm not entirely sure, because I am a bit of a calamity Jane in the kitchen and a bit messy and stuff. So it might not be the best entertainment. But I do need to go to the supermarket, and I do need to get some of these like new staples. You have to replace a lot of stuff, so, and I've got nothing. So I need to go and get a few bits from there. And I've got other stuff to do around at the house as well. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. As I say, I hope you're not too disappointed that we're not going out on a little jolly somewhere. But I'm in a bit of pain as well. I played netball last night, and I am a little bit clumsy, to say the least. And after about 30 seconds into the match, I tripped up over my own foot, decked it, and I banged all my bum and my hip up. So it's a bit... I'm really feeling sorry for myself today, aren't I? Yeah, so I don't want to walk long distances because I have a bruised buttocks. But anyway, I do hope you enjoy it. And yeah, you might get to see a little bit of Becky cooking. Well, that was probably one of the worst shopping experiences I've had in a long time. Sainsbury's, what's going on? I normally like Sainsbury's. I've not been for ages, to be fair. I'm an Aldi girl, I love Aldi. But I often nip into Sainsbury's afterwards because it's straight across the road. And I go and get the things that I can't get from Aldi. But how expensive is gluten-free? I can't believe it. £22 I've spent on rubbish. Oh, it's demoralising, quite honestly. I'm gonna have to get another job if I want to eat. A friend of mine has recommended this stuff, this Shar, and I mean, come on, put your ideas up, guys. Look at that packaging. That looks like something that you'd get in a kid's play kitchen. But I'm pleased I found Jaffa cakes. Since I've been in mourning all night, thinking of all the things that I'm not going to be able to eat anymore. Maltesers. I love Maltesers. It's just going to be torturous, that. In fact, Edward asked for a movie night the other night, and he absolutely adores Maltesers, and he likes to decant them in a little bowl and sit there. He makes such an event out of these movie nights. He loves it. And I was literally just sat dribbling looking at the Maltesers because I adore them. But I love Jaffa cakes. These are my favourites, so I'm glad I've actually found some. Although I hope they look a bit cardboardy. See what they're like. Actually, is it time to eat yet? I don't normally eat until midday. I fast. I stop eating at about 7 o'clock the night before, and then I don't eat until midday. But sod it, it's 11 o'clock. I will look at that. My first experience of a gluten-free Jaffa cake. Yes, it's cardboard. Woohoo! That's going to take some getting down. The jelly bit's nice. I now love food. This is so not fair. Yeah, the sponge is like cardboard. It's like, I'll tell you what it tastes like. For those Jaffa cake eaters. Sorry, I'm eating with my mouth full, that's really rude. For those of you who are a Jaffa cake fan like myself, when you've had some and you've left them in the packet for a little while and the sponge goes hard, that's what these are like. However, I am pleased to report, Walkers, you're doing really, really well. I got some shortbread, and they look nice, they look ordinary. You see, that's what people want, something that still looks like it's going to be edible and appetising. So if my attempt at making shortbread today fails, I'm just going to get these out. Here's one I made earlier and all that. Shall I be really greedy and have one of these as well? They look good. They look really good. If anybody else out there is in the same predicament as me and you know some good stuff, let me know. Oh, well, that's a win. Buttery. Oh, they were good. Yeah, not cheap though. How much were they? Oh, £2.50. That's expensive, isn't it, for a packet of biscuits? Oh dear. Oops. Honestly, I think I need to go back to bed and start today again, because it's just totally one of them days. I have just spent the best part of 10 minutes trying to get into somebody else's car. What an absolute plonker. I mean, to be fair, the colour of my car is quite common, and it does look like a lot of other cars out there at the minute. So I suppose it's easily done. Oh, I looked a right muppet. I was losing my temper a little bit. What's wrong with the bloody thing? Why is it not working? Because you're stupid, Rebecca. That's why. Anyway, I've just been to buy some flowers. I'm a bit disappointed actually, because I went I like to go around to the local garden centres and buy from them. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit late to the party with the plants, and all the nice geraniums had been picked over, so I've had to go to Home Base and buy some from there. But I'm gonna head home. Because my mum and dad have moved out, and we're storing quite a few of their things at our house. She's left some cast iron urns, which I've been entrusted with the care of. I've been trying to steal these things off her for years. They're lovely. So anyway, they've now assumed a really nice position in my garden, and I'm going to plant them up with geraniums, lovely red ones, and hopefully bring a little bit more sunshine to my garden. Blooming out. I don't know what's going on today, honestly. So I got everything set out ready to start my baking. I was doing my full-on Nigella Lawson. Look, everything's out and ready, clean and tidy. Got my scales out, they bust. So I have literally just run down quickly to Home Bargains, and they're the cheapest scales going, £4.99, which doesn't give me much confidence, but and I shouldn't say that, because a lot of the time the cheaper stuff tends to work better than the more expensive one. So I'm going to get these cleaned up, and then hopefully I can get going. I feel like I'm just facing stumbling block after stumbling block today. Right, I think we are ready to rock and roll. I think we're all right, those scales, £4.99, bargain. So just hopefully they'll last a bit longer than the other ones that I bought. Oh God, this is a bit strangling. Right. Okie dokie. What do we do? Am I chopping my head off? No, I'm not. I hope you can see everything. Right, okay, this feels weird. Do you know, I definitely would not make a TV chef. Yeah, feels a bit odd, but I'm gonna, in fact I might do it in time lapse, because it's gonna be a bit boring for you, isn't it, otherwise? But I need to get my glasses, because I cannot see a thing. Where have I put those? Where are my glasses? Here they are. Shut the cupboard. Right, oh, I need something to, right, so units I need, what is it? It's in grams, isn't it? Let's get that on, and I wonder if I put that on there, whether that goes back to normal. Yes. Yippee! Large mixing bowl, butter and sugar. You see, now if I was a professional, I would have had all the ready weighed out, wouldn't I? So I'm not gonna. So 50, 100, 125. Oh, just half. Okay. Look at that. Absolute perfection. Better? Nice soft butter. Slightly melted. Oops. Never mind. I have got a nice creamy consistency, and it asks for a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've never put vanilla extract in before, but I will follow the recipe as instructed. Give that another stir. Does smell divine. And then add flour, corn flour and xanthan gum. So this is the new thing that I've not used before. For a stronger crumb structure and reduced crumbling in gluten-free baking. So we shall see see how this works. If I can open it, there we go. 3/4 of a teaspoon. What to do. Right, in goes the flour and corn flour, and then mix again. This is the weirdest consistency. I kept stirring it and desperate to put water in, but it does actually say it feels like it's not coming together and it's too dry. You've got to ignore it and just keep going. But it says get your hands in. Once formed into a smooth ball of dough, roll it out between 2 pieces of non-stick baking parchment to about 1 centimetre thick. I think we can manage that, can't we? I have done a little clean-up job and I'm ready to roll this out now. Oh, I'm getting no friction between the two. Oh, this is a bit bizarre. Well, the rolling pin just slides off the parchment. I wonder if... Oh, this is impossible. What a technique, eh? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to do it like this. I'm sorry, so many of you are gonna be at home now just laughing your socks off at me and my baking skills. Oh dear. Who cares? As long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. Right, it says to cut them in, into fingers. However, I'm thinking I'm gonna do rounds. I'm gonna put some cookie cutters. So I am going to use these. And I wonder what it re-rolls like, this stuff. Do you know what? I don't actually care. It's just a trial run. I mean, it's probably one of the easiest things to bake. I've got 2 trays. Don't ask what these random things were. They were just little bits that were left over. I'm going to get those in the oven now. So I've preheated the oven to 150 Fahrenheit. That's because that's a fan. And I'm going to bake them for about 20 minutes. Now it says that under no circumstances should they be overcooked. They don't want to be golden at all, so they've still got to be quite pale in colour, which is how they should look anyway. But let's have a go. They're in the oven. I've set timer on Alexa. Good old Alexa, what would we do without her at times? So I'm going to clean up now and I'm going to get changed and then I'm going to head outside and try and plant up some pots before, what time is it? See, it's 1:30. So yes, I've got a couple of hours before I've got to go and pick Edward up from school, so hopefully I'll get those done as well. These are the 2 urns of my mum's that I have claimed, sorry, I'm looking after. Yes, I've been and bought these little red geraniums. Just going to plant these up. I wanted to get some ivy to trail over the side, but they didn't have any. I've got a couple of urns that we had before, so I need to fill these up as well. If I've got enough, I'm going to do those. Mum, I'm really sorry. I know this is not for using soil and it's for your bird seed. I can't find anything else. I will clean it. I promise. My mum will be looking at this going, "You're doing it all wrong." I know, I'm sorry, but at least I'm trying. We'll put one in the middle. So this is where the dog gets really scared. She's running up. She knows the hose pipe is coming out. I can't find my watering can anywhere, so it's going to make a right old mess. This is not ideal. Where's my watering can go? Problem is, my other half always feels the need to, gosh, I'm getting wet through, to put everything in the cellar, and then it's never around when you need it. Yes, I know I'm making a rat hash of this, but oh, I'm getting far too wet for that. I need to find the watering can. Right, in the meantime, I'm going to do this one. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do all of the others. They are a bit smaller, but we'll see how we get on. There you go, the world's most boring biscuits. I haven't tried one yet, so I'm going to put the kettle on and I am going to give them a go. And yeah, they are so naff, aren't they? I'm sorry, I know it's a lot to do about nothing. Right, I've got my cup of tea, which I think I'm going to need to wash this down. Are you coming up, Lotte? Come on, you might get lucky and get to have some biscuit. I think even she'll turn her nose up at this. Mmm. Actually, that's not bad at all. That I will happily eat. It needs some chocolate on the top, and that will just finish it off. I think that's a bit of a win, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. You can't beat a bit of shortbread. I can zhuzh those up as well. Put some sprinkly things on them and stuff. Yeah, they're all right. Actually, one of the things that I've done while I've been out in the garden, I have been... some of you won't know this, but one of my early videos I talked about that we get a lot of wildlife, and that we bought some wildlife cameras. They're only from Aldi. They were really good. I think they were about £50 each, these cameras. I don't know if that's cheap or expensive on the scale of these types of cameras, but they work brilliantly. We've had them for quite a while now, and we'll leave them out for so long. But I've not brought them in for quite a while, so I thought I'd have a look. We've not seen anything in the garden. Usually we see deer in the garden, but I've not seen anything for ages. So I don't know if there's going to be anything on them, but that's not to say that they haven't been in. So I'll have a look through, because generally there's loads of rubbish on there as well. And if there's anything, I'll pop it up at the end of the video. In the meantime, my teeth are starting to stick together.